Yo, what's happening, world? B Marsh Boxer, Yaga, yo, what's happening with y'all, man? Back at it with another boxing video. So, all them vids I made about Tank Davis, I told y'all, man, we don't know the fullness about what happened. We could only go by what the news reports are showing. And, of course, Tank Davis is innocent until proven guilty, you know what I mean? But, oh, man, this man, Tank Davis, man, Slim, you gotta do better, Mo. None of us were there, right? The only two people who know what happened was Tank Davis and his baby mom, this broad named Vanessa Poso. You check it. I'm sure this a broad that came along only when Tank Davis was getting that paper from this boxing game. Because he ain't coming to this boxing game with this broad straight out of Baltimore. That's just the truth about it. You know what I mean? Now, Tank Davis, the bitch said that the man Tank Davis hit her and she called the 911. You know what I'm saying? The broad called 911. You know what I'm saying? But now she's released a statement basically saying how she overreacted to the 911 call. Yeah, I mean, and basically said that Tank Davis wasn't really trying to kill her. Now she's taking quote unquote partial blame for the fight. You know what I mean? And now she's talking about that Tank and her are going to counseling and they're going to be better co-parenting together. You know what I mean? You check it, but what does that have to do with this bro putting doodle baby feces on the man's motherfucking toothbrush? You know what I'm saying? That's the part that I'm you know, these bars will do some nut ass shit, call the police, get your ass locked up and be faking on the phone. He's trying to kill me. Help, help, I need help. I heard the 911 call. The 911 operator kept asking her the address and she wouldn't give it because if she was really in trouble, if somebody trying to kill you, won't you say exactly? I mean, you wouldn't you call the 911 and say, "Yo, I'm at such and such I'm at 1245 Market Street and this man trying to kill me, man. He put his hands around my throat and no, Slim Shorty was faking, man. You check it. This bar was lying the whole time, dogs. Now, Tank Davis has proclaimed his innocence, you know what I mean? And he's basically shown that he is also has been the victim. You know what I mean? You check it, of course, when he showed the video I showed y'all when dude was had spit on his face, his or his t-shirt was all torn up, the broad broke mad shit in the house, and put baby doodoo on the man's toothbrush. You check it. But the worst part about it is that broad's 911 call where she called in the operator telling her life is in danger and talking about this man Tank Davis is trying to kill her. You know what I mean? That's the part right there where she lied about. You know what I'm saying? And you know, now look, the police statement. I showed y'all what the police statement said. You know what I mean? And that's something I can't refute, and nobody can. You know what I mean? If that's what the police said, now. If the police are down there in Parkland, Florida, in Broward County are crooked, I don't know nothing about that part. I'm just going by what the police statement said that, that she had an abrasion on her face and from a close hand slap. You know what I mean? Whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. Close hand is a fist. But anyways, you check it. So Tank Davis, I told y'all, man, I don't believe that his fight will be canceled on January the 7th against Hector Garcia. You know what I mean? But there are some critics, you know what I mean? Especially man like Chris Mannix. I don't like that dude. I hate his commentary on the zone. Whenever I watch a DAZN fight, I have no problem with the Latin Snake. What's them fellas' name? Them fellas fought Vernon Forrest and Mosley and Danny Jacobs. Y'all know his name, the Latin Snake. Um, Man, his name's escaping me right now. That's what I call him, the Latin Snake. I have no problem with his commentary, but Chris Mannix is one of those type of disagreeable dudes, like a broad, like one of these defiant broads who always want to disagree on something. You know what I mean, this Latin Snake has been in the ring. He knows the in and outs of the boxing ring, but fellas like Chris Mannix always want to be disagreeable like he's an expert at boxing. Slim, get the hell out of here, man. You're a journalist for Sports Illustrated. But anyways, Chris Mannix, he sure enough, he don't like Tank Davis and he doesn't want the fight to take place. You know what I mean? This is what the man Chris Mannix said, quote, when a boxer put his hands on women, we cheer. when he puts, excuse me, I'll take that back. Quote unquote, quote, when a boxer puts his hands on men, we cheer. When he puts his hands on women, we do nothing. The latest example of boxing ugly indifference is a repeat offender. Gervonta Davis was arrested in Parkland, Florida on Tuesday. He was charged with one count of battery to cause bodily harm, a misdemeanor domestic charge in Florida. According to the incident report, Davis did intentionally touch and strike the victim, a woman, and did intentionally cause bodily harm. Davis, according to the report, struck the victim on the right side of her head with a closed hand tight slap that caused a small abrasion to the inside of her upper lip on the right side of her mouth. In a 911 call obtained by TMZ, the woman told the operator, "He's going to kill me." End quote. That's what the man Chris Mannix wrote about, you know what I mean, in his little journalistic point of view, you know what I mean? You check it, but I bet you the man Chris Mannix ain't gonna talk about what this broad was when she put out a statement. I believe on her Instagram or something. Yeah, I mean, saying that her and Tank Davis relationship has been in a fragile state, and she's partially to blame for the fight. And she basically, she's not gonna say she lied, but she said she overreacted on the 911 call. I mean, you know, I bet you the broad had to think twice about what happened, especially when Tank Davis came home. And she more probably than Tank Davis wants the fight to happen because Tank Davis gonna get that money. And I've told y'all these broads only come along, you know what I mean, when that paper is around. You know what I mean? I still got broads that I know till this day when I ain't have nothing. You know what I mean? And even when I'm still on my journey. Yeah, I mean, and life is good. Can't complain. My kids go to good private schools. I'm not saying I'm doing the greatest, but the journey is incredible. You know what I mean? I give thanks for life every day. You know what I mean? And I give thanks for a brighter future. You know what I mean? And best believe these broads, they wasn't the broads that I knew, especially my daughter's mother. They wasn't there with me because of no paper or nothing. You know what I mean? You check it. So at the end of the day, like I said, Tank Davis is the kind of guy. It's obvious he ain't the only one. A lot of fellas, when they upon this money, this hundreds of thousands of dollars they making, even up to millions. You know what I mean? In a year, if they fight twice, they should. Hey, Uncle Sam don't play. Uncle Sam go get his cut, you know what I mean? Because these fellas ain't self-employed. They not a business like they claim they are. They are employees. So they do get themselves a W-2 check, you know what I mean? They not like me. I get me a 1099, a 1090, you know what I'm saying? That's the kind of taxes I file, you know what I mean? Which has an incentive and perks for LLCs, etc., business owners. You know what I mean? Now, a man like Tank Davis is an employee, so Uncle Sam gets a nice chunk out of that his paydays, his payouts, and also, of course, managers, agents, trainers, training camp, etc. That's why I'm very reluctant to call these guys millionaires. You know what I mean? Yeah, they says they get a million or so a fight, you know what I mean, guaranteed, and then the rest of the money is pay-per-view revenue, maybe live gate. But Uncle Sam always got his hands in their pockets. You check it. Now, I'm gonna read you the statement from this broad, Vanessa Poso, whoever she is, you know what I mean? Tank Davis' baby mom that put Slim in the slammer. Man had to sit in the slammer and get released on $1,000 bail. Man has to only pay 10% of that. That's $100. This some petty shit. I mean, let's get into it with this broad wrote. Quote unquote from Vanessa Poso. These past days have been hurtful and extremely exhausting for all parties involved. I pride myself on being extremely private. This situation was the last thing I wanted to be made public. The state of our relationship has been in a fragile space, and Gervonta and I were both at fault for the argument. While the emotions were running high, I made an unnecessary call to law enforcement in an intense moment where I was frantic. Gervonta did not harm me or our daughter. Today, we have sought the help necessary to move forward with our lives. I am confident that we will succeed within our co parenting dynamic with the counseling provided to us, end quote. That's what the broad wrote. She made sure to make sure to say that it was both our faults. You know what I mean? You know, talking about she's private. Well, bitch, you ain't that private. You know, you tried to put this man in the joint, and look, she says she prides herself on being extremely private. And last thing the last thing I wanted was to be made public. Well, Tank Davis is very smart for making it public. I mean, for exposing your ass. You know, if Tank Davis is not out here, defend yourself at all times, protect yourself at all times, whether in the boxing ring and in and out of the boxing ring. And if he didn't show how vile and despicable this broad is, people would just run with the narrative that Tank Davis is in another domestic situation. He's been in a domestic situation before with his first baby mom, and I believe that's his broad from Baltimore. You know what I mean? That he probably came up with. Now he got the paper. He moved on to a slimmer, more fair skinned joint. Now these dudes do. In real life, I'm gonna keep it tall with y'all, man. I'm gonna keep it tall with y'all. You see me, I'm a dark skinned dude. I'm not saying I'm as dark as Wesley Snipes, but a lot of red bone girls, you know what I mean? And I'm a kind of guy, I go where I'm loved, you know what I'm saying? And I've had more red bone chicks than I have girls of my complexion. And almost all of them have told me that they could never go with a red dude, you know what I mean? That's out. They can never date, or they're not interested in no fellas who are red just like them, you know what I mean? Very light skinned and stuff, you know what I mean? And I like girls of all different shades of color, you know what I mean? I like them peanut butter brown, I like them dark skinned, I like them all shades and colors, you know what I mean? I have no preference as long as you look good, you know what I mean? You check it. But really and truly, for average fellas, you gonna see more dark skinned fellas with a red bone. Only when it comes to celebrities and shit like that, you gonna see two red motherfuckers like like Steph Curry and his woman. You know what I mean? I'm not saying that they, but look, they gonna make some yellow babies. You know what I mean? You check it, almost looking like albinos. That's why you don't really see on the average dark skinned chicks. I'm sorry, red bone chicks with a red bone dude. I've been told this by many of red bone girls, and they always told me when they went to school, oh, how they was hated on and stuff. And just I've been there, done that, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm not no little dude who just been having chicks the other day, man. I've been around the world a few times. You know what I mean? Without a vaccination, you check it. So my point is, it's only when the paper is involved, you know what I'm saying, that you're gonna see these type of couples, you know what I mean? But that's neither here nor there. You check it. Well, like I said, the broad talking about she prides herself for being extremely private, and this situation was the last thing she wanted to be made public. Well, Tank Davis did a damn good thing, smart guy, to make it public. Yeah, I mean, like I said, he has a domestic violence incident that was caught live on camera, yoking up the bitch, putting his hands around the throat and dragging her up out of a celebrity basketball game down there in Florida. You know what I mean? You check it. So public perception is everything. You know what I mean? You check it. So when a story like this comes out, for the most part, Tank Davis going to be proven guilty yeah, until he can proclaim his innocence. You know what I mean? Well, it should be the other way around. You know what I'm saying? Not guilty. He's not guilty until he's proven. You know what I mean? But public perception is everything, and perception period is everything. Your first impression when you meet somebody, whether it's a job interview, whether it's at a whatever kind of setting it is, a first impression is everything. You know what I mean? So when somebody has shown that he has the capability of putting hands on the broad, people gonna run with it. But in this situation, Tank Davis has shown and proven that the broad is out of pocket. You know what I'm saying? You check it, and she basically lied on that man as far as talking about Slim want to kill her and all that, But the moral of this story, y'all, is, fellas, we gotta do better at picking women. I mean, the Instagram bitch broads, these broads ain't shit, man. Any broad who can come on social media every day and all they do is show their backside and their breastises, Stay away from them type of bras. They got nothing else to offer. You know what I mean? You check it. Every woman out here has, um, let me not say a woman, but it's a lot of women out here who have ass and titties. That doesn't mean that they're good for you. What else do they bring to the table? You know what I mean? Fellas got to pick wisely, and not just for dating. I'm even talking about for procreating, for your baby mother, for your wives. You know what I mean? For the mother of your children. Fellas got to do better. You know what I mean? If she see me, I'd be so vexed. I'd be beating the shit out of myself for having a baby with a broad who would ever call the police on me, yo. Ain't no broad ever called the police on me for nothing. But for first and foremost, I've never put my hands on a woman. I ain't never even been in them type of situations. Of course, you go through arguments or might have disagreements and indifferences with the woman at a particular moment. You know what I mean? But as far as even being brought to the level where I gotta put hands on a broad slim, come on, y'all. Man, I can't even be in them type of situations. You know what I mean? That's out. And if a broad ever puts me in the joint or calls the police and 911 dial on me, I'm gone. I'm out of there. I don't care if we have a kid. You know what I'm saying? I'll take care of my kid, but I can't be with you. You know what I mean? Because the next time, it ain't going to be just a 911 call. The next time, the broad will be trying to go in your pockets and try to be get a divorce. And especially fellas, some of these fellas don't have no prenup and stuff, the next thing she gonna do is hit you in your pockets. You know what I mean? Whenever a scorned woman, just go check it out. Anytime a scorned woman, when women want to agree with a scorned woman, all they be like, man, I'd take him to the cleaners and try to take everything he got. They ain't even work for it. All they brought was titties and ass to the party, and now they want to take everything you got. You know what I mean? Fellas gotta choose wisely out here. Don't be put in these type of situations. You know what I mean? When the paper comes, more money, more problems. I know that for a fact. But at the end of the day, it's what kind of problems that's going to be arise. That's going that you're gonna bring into your life. You know what I mean? You want these type of women problems? Hey, that's on you when you get that paper. You know what I mean? And there's a difference of what kind of problems do different people go through. Some people might have more problems when they get more money. Whoa, more bills, more children to feed, more food to put on the table. I'd rather have them type of problems than having a bitch like this try put me in the joint. B-Marsh boxing, these type of situations get me very vexed, man, because I've seen good dudes go through a lot of fuck shit with these women. And Tank Davis look like he's going through that. And look, if I was Hector Garcia, hey man, I'd be licking my chops and I'd be eager this the January the 7th to take advantage of somebody who probably has not been in the right mind state situation, in the right possibly even in fighting mode. You got to think about it. If you're Hector Garcia, you're training hard as shit. I mean, I don't know if that's what he's doing, but if he's training hard as shit with no distractions, probably no women in his camp, and I'm not saying that's exactly what he's doing, but no women in your camp for 8 weeks, no women and children, just you in grind mode. And this guy's out here playing house with the bitch who try to put him in the joint. Hector Garcia, Slim, you got to take advantage of this and go for heads. B Marsh Boxing. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I'm gone. Peace.